All right, let's do the same for the slip and slide method for letter B. And again, let's multiply 3 times negative 4. 3 times negative 4. That's going to leave us with a negative 12. However, the 3 disappears for a second. Minus x, and the negative 4 becomes a negative 12, right? Now, let's factor the same way we would do using the double bubble method. And what are factors of negative 12 that add up to negative 1?
Negative 4 and 3.
Negative 1 and 3, or negative 4 and 3. Negative 4 and 3, all right? So minus 4 and plus 3, right? Plus 3. All right, so we're done with the factoring. However, we need to undo what we did. What did we do? Multiply. How do we undo the multiplication? By dividing. So we're going to divide these numbers by the number we multiplied by 3. So we divide by 3, divide by 3. Okay, the question here is, does 4 over 3 go evenly? Okay, so that 3 becomes the coefficient of x. What about 3 over 3? Does that go evenly? Okay, that works. So this will become 3x minus 4 times x plus 3 over 3, which is x plus 1. All right? Does that match the same result as we did it using the other method? It does, right? Maybe with the factors reversed, right? Okay. Still multiply the leading coefficient with the constant term. That becomes 4 times 6. That's 24, negative 24. So this becomes, so the leading coefficient magically disappears. The plus 5x remains the same. And the negative 6 becomes whatever we get from multiplying 4 with negative 6, which is negative 24. Using again the double bubble method. Okay, factors of negative 24 that add up to 5. What are those numbers? 4 and 6. Okay, 4 and 6. Well, 4 times 6 equals 24. But in this case, okay, we need the product to be negative. Well, no, that's not going to work. Okay, yes?
Negative 8.
Negative 8?
Or no, positive 8.
And positive 3? Oh, okay. So plus 8 and negative 3. All right, sounds good? And we're done with this part now. Well, we multiply times 4. Now we need to divide by 4. But only the numerical values of each bubble here. And in this case, well, 8 goes into 4 evenly. That's simply whatever it goes to, which in this case is 2. But in this case, 3 doesn't go into 4 evenly. So this denominator 4 becomes the coefficient of x. All right? And that equals to 4x minus 3. And we can see it is the same result that we got on the back of the page, maybe with the reversed factors. But essentially, it's the same thing, right?
Yes. Why we will not put like 6 and 4 because we just want to solve it, right?
Yeah, we can use 6 and 4 because, okay, let's say x plus 6, x plus 4. Well, one of them has to be negative. Well, maybe the negative 6, because negative 6 plus 4 does not add up to 5. All right, so we need the combination of numbers, in this case 8 minus 3, so that the addition is the middle coefficient.
So it's the same like the diamond method, right?
Exactly. The first couple of steps, the multiplication of the leading coefficient by the constant term, it's the same first step as in the diamond method. The finding the numbers for the double bubble, it's actually the same thing as we do for the sides of the diamond, but instead of breaking up the middle term and doing the grouping, instead we're doing this division, and if it goes evenly, whatever it is, otherwise the denominator becomes coefficient, which is a lot quicker and better, and I think this bypasses the factor by grouping. All right. My pleasure. So let's look at the next one. Well, okay. First of all, I think we did a GCF for this one first, right? I think we got, what was that, 2xy, and then we got, what was that, 6x squared minus 11x and plus 4, right? Yes, plus 4. That's what we got. So now we need to focus on the trinomial on the side again. And again, let me write it down on the side. So first of all, let me write a different color. 6x squared minus 11x plus 4. And well, we're going to do this, no, not the diamond method. So multiply 6 times 4. Well, that's going to be 24. So the 6 disappears. X squared minus 11x, and 6 times 4 equals to 24, right? And let's see. Find factors of 24 that add up to 11. What are those factors? Actually, negative 11, by the way. And you can always refer to the same factors you got in the diamond in the previous in the other on the other side of the page, by the way.
Negative 8, negative 3.
Negative 8, negative 3. Okay, we had to multiply by 6. Now we will undo the division by dividing by 6. Now check this out. So divide by 6. Divide by 6. Okay, so here we have a different situation. Check this out. In this case, 8 doesn't go into 6 evenly, and neither does go 3 into 6. However, we can reduce the fraction. So whenever you have a situation like this, reduce the fraction first and then do the slide of the coefficients. So number 1, this will be, first of all, x, that's going to be 4 over 3, x minus 4 thirds, and x minus 1 half. Now, 4 doesn't go into 3 evenly, and neither 1 goes into 2 evenly. So in both cases, the 3 becomes coefficient, the 2 becomes coefficient. And that equals to 3x minus 4 times 2x minus 1, which is, I think it's the same result we got from before, but again, this was part of a bigger problem. To go back to 2xy times 3x minus 4 times 2x minus 1. All right? I believe that's the same result. Yes?
I missed out where the times 4 is over the green arrow.
Oh, that's what we did just the same way as in the diamond method. That's how the method works. We multiply 6 times 4, so times 4,
Yeah.
and then whatever we get goes here. Sure. All right, let's see. So one more.
You have to add or multiply by 2xy again
Which one?
for d.
For E?
For d delta, we factored out the 2xy.
Oh, the 2xy. I mean, we just keep it because that's another factor. So we do the GCF first, and then we factor the trinomial. We did it on the side. Whatever we get, we just put it together with the overall factor. Yep. And letter E. Okay, again, same thing. Let's multiply 6 times 6. That's going to give us 36. And that's going to be the new constant term. The middle term, 13x, remains the same. And the 6x squared, we drop the leading coefficient of x squared, of 6 rather. And now we want to factor that trinomial. It looks a little messy. Okay, plus 13x plus 36. equals to, okay, factors of 36 that add up to 13. What are those two numbers? 4 and 9. Okay, we're done with the factoring part. Plus 4, plus 9, or plus 9 plus 4. It doesn't matter the order. Now, here is the thing. We multiplied by 6. Now we need to divide by 6. Divide by 6. Divide by 6. And just like the previous problem, first make sure to reduce this fraction, reduce these other fractions. It turns out that they both have, they can be reduced, by the way. So 4 over 6, that equals to x plus 2/3 and x plus 3/2. And well, in this case, 2 over 3 doesn't go evenly, and 3 doesn't go evenly when we divide by 2. So how about the denominator 3 becomes the coefficient of x, and here the denominator 2 becomes the coefficient of x, and that's going to be 3x plus 2 and 2x plus 3, which is the same result as we did in the back, on the back side of the page. All right. Okay, so let's do the same thing. Okay, multiply the leading coefficient times the constant term. Drop the middle, drop the leading coefficient, just write the x squared. Keep the middle term the same way, and for the constant term, write the product between the leading coefficient and the constant term, that is negative 36 equals to 0. Oh, well, not equal to 0. Hold on. So again, using the double bubble method here, factors of negative 36 that add up to 9, and you can use the same numbers we used from the back side of the page. Wasn't that 3 and 12 somehow? 12 and 3 minus 12 plus 3, right? And then, well, in this case, we had to multiply by 18. How about we undo that by dividing by 18? Okay, well, in this case, both fractions need to be reduced to lowest terms. If we don't reduce this to lowest term, the result is going to be different. It's going to be actually multiplied by a number when we write it again. So looks like these numbers are both, well, 12 and 18. That's 8 minus 2, 2 over 9. Oh, 3. Oh, because it's 6, right? It's later divisible by 6. 2 over 3. And 3 and 18, that's 1 and 6, right? And in this case, well, these are fractions that do not go evenly when dividing the two numbers. So in this case, the coefficients, 3 becomes the coefficient of x, and this 6 becomes the coefficient of x. That'll be 3x minus 2, 6x plus 1. Same result as we did it before, maybe with the factors reversed, but essentially the same thing. I mean, and the last of them, let's see, so that's 15 times a negative 3. All right, that's number 1. Let's indicate that product by multiplication, or rather, let me write down multiplication. And that'll be, okay, drop the leading coefficient and make it look like x squared. Simply keep the same middle term, and 15 times negative 3 equals negative 45. And that'll be x times x, and well, factors of 45 that add up to negative 45 that add up to 4. I think we said negative 5 and 9, right? Or 5 and negative 9, either way, the order doesn't matter. So now we multiplied by 15, now we need to divide by 15. And, well, reduce the fractions first. So that'll be x minus, what is that, 1/3? And 9 over 15, both are divisible by 3, that's 3/5. And again, multiply, that equals to 3x minus 1 and 5x plus 3. Final answer. Same result, right? And again, you have a choice of whether to use this slip and slide method or the diamond method. Either way, it's up to you. All right?